certainly been a historic day here in Washington, D.C. for a number of reasons. Firstly, of course, it's one of the coldest inaugurations we've seen in the country in nearly 4 decades, which means that all the festivities that would usually be held outside, that includes the swearing in of Donald Trump and his Vice President J.D. Vance, as well as the parade from the Capitol to the White House, were actually held inside. But more importantly is the raft of executive orders that Trump had pledged to sign on day one in office that we saw come to pass throughout the day at the various stops that he made. He made a point to sign a number of executive orders, some of which were connected directly to campaign promises he made, and others that have come to light more recently. Now, perhaps the most prominent, which signed just in the last hour or so in the Oval Office, was to pardon 1,500 January 6 defendants who Donald Trump refers to as J6 hostages. Our viewers will remember, of course, that these are the individuals who were convicted of storming the U.S. Capitol in 2021 when Donald Trump refused to accept that Joe Biden had won the election fair and square. He continued to deny the election result, and subsequently there was an insurrection at the Capitol. So those individuals have been convicted under a court of law, and many of them are set to be released from prison. So that was a really critical executive order that Trump signed. Another executive order that's critical relates to a promise he made about curtailing illegal immigration into the United States from Mexico. So the insecurity at the southern border, he did make a directive to ensure that the border is closed and that there are harsher penalties for those who would seek to cross. Another critical one, which is particularly going to be a blow to Joe Biden, is that Trump once again has signed an executive order to withdraw the United States from the Paris Climate Agreement. He did the same in his first presidential term. Joe Biden reversed this, and Trump once again has said that he thinks that American prosperity is very much based on the creation of businesses through using fossil fuels, and doesn't believe that being part of an agreement that seeks to cut greenhouse emissions is going to be beneficial for the U.S. economy. In terms of U.S.-China relations, it's really unclear at this moment exactly how Trump will play that card. But as you mentioned, in the last couple of days, we have seen him acting in a favorable light in terms of ensuring that the ban on the app TikTok is actually reversed, and he has been in talks with company officials and heads. So on the one hand, we have seen some tough talk in terms of tariffs that he says he may implement due to the competition that America faces with China, but he has also indicated that he would be willing to visit the country. And as I mentioned, he is in favor and has been a very prominent approver of TikTok.